And then the rest of them, I'll just write the answers so you can check your work, okay? Where's my answer? Okay, so number 1, we're moving 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. So, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for reminding me. Honestly, the number doesn't matter.
Thank you.
That's good, good. I was going to ask you about that.
Ella's lizard phobic.
No, the number doesn't matter.
All right, go ahead and distribute your red pens evenly.
Damn, that's
Okay, guys, what do you need over there?
we have an extra red pen.
All right, so just like with the warm-up, we got to stop the side conversations. We got to close the Chromebooks. I still see 2 open. Please close them. I wasn't joking. Wasn't a suggestion. Okay, number 2, we move 1, 2, 3, 4. 3.2 times 10 to the 4th. So just so everyone hears it again, I'm going to quickly go through the ones that we should have down, and then the trickier ones we'll actually stop and take time to explain. Number 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4.2 times 10 to the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4.5 times 10 to the 5. Once you really start getting a groove, you can fly through these, right? I also want to advise against doing the little move overs with your eyeballs because your eyes will see 7 zeros together and either think that it's 6 zeros or 8 zeros. So please actually do this, especially with these huge numbers like number 3, because if you're off on your exponent by 1, unfortunately it's incorrect, right? The whole thing is counting. So number 5 and 6, I think, did I talk about these yesterday with you guys or no?
Yes. No.
No, that was another class. That's okay. So number 5 confused a couple people because it's a big number, but it's small compared to the millions and 10 millions that we're used to, right?
Yes.
But our decimal's still at the end. And we want our decimal to end up between 7 and 2, right? So that 7 is our only number to the left of the decimal. Let's count how many moves we take. 1, 2. 7.21 times 10 to the 2. So even if you don't move that much, still count because you can have something with a small exponent. That's fine. Even smaller than 10 to the 2 is what we get in number 6, right? We want it to end up between 8 and 5, so we only have to move that decimal 1 space. And we get 8.5 times 10 to the 1. Now, I know that you don't have to write the 1 as an exponent usually, but with scientific notation, I would like you to write it because part of our components are having an exponent up there, right? Just as a quick sidebar, if I told you to write 7 in scientific notation, anyone have an idea of what that might look like? Say that one more time. 7.0 times 10 to the 0. Exactly. What's 10 to the 0th power equal to? 1. So 7 times 1 is just 7. So remember our very first note that we wrote yesterday. Any number, big or small, can be written in scientific notation, even a single-digit number like this. And if you guys got pretty far on the IXL, you may have seen something like this. No? That's all right. You will today on our other IXL.
In my head hurt.
Now, 7 through 12, everyone's going to have to do 3, so it's fine. 7 through 12, we're dealing with really, really small numbers. So what sign is going to be on our exponent here?
Negative.
Negative sign, right? Here's our decimal. We want it in between the 8s. We go 1, 2, 8.8 times 10 to the negative 2. Process is the same, but with a negative exponent. Number 8, again, you're going to get confused if you trust your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9.58 times 10 to the negative 6th. We got a really, really small number.
Oh, man.
Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In between the 3 and the 6. 10 to the negative 7. Number 10 is another tricky one. But now that we got through 5 and 6, we could probably get through this one, right? Where do we want our decimal to end up? After the first 6, after the 2, or after the second 6?
After the first.
After the first 6, right? Always one number to the left of the decimal. We can have as many numbers as we want to the right, though. So we're only going to move this one space over. 6.26 times 10 to the negative 1. And for that one, you definitely have to write your exponent because a negative 1 is not the same as 1. All right, number 11, we're moving it 1, 2, 3. And number 12, we're moving it 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 3, negative 4. Thumbs up, down, sideways. How are we feeling about the front of this worksheet? Going from standard to scientific. Show me a thumb real quick. Up, down, sideways. Okay. Good, good. Okay. We're going to review more of this today, so don't worry. Let's flip it over. Now we're going the other way. We're going from scientific to standard. So here, I would just rewrite your leading number, that number out in front. And then we're just going to move our decimal how many spaces?
7.
7, right? We move it the number that we're given as our exponent. Are we going to move this decimal to the left or the right?
Right.
Why are we moving it to the right?
Because
Because it's a positive exponent, and this is going to be a big number, right? So let's move it to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fill in your zeros. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer, 989. Let's calm down with the pen clicking, fellas. Super distracting to those around you. And we end up with 98,900,000. Again, on a quiz or a test, if you got 9,890,000, let's say you forgot to move it one space, unfortunately that's incorrect, right? Really, really pay attention to how many spaces you're moving, and when you're doing these little bumps, make sure they're big enough so that you don't get confused and miss a zero or put an extra zero. Jordan?
how many questions is the quiz going to have?
5. So our Friday quizzes will always be 5 multiple choice questions. 4 points each. Well, the first quiz, I made it 1 point each because it was our first one. But now, this Friday, tomorrow, each question is going to be 4 points. Okay? So, the quiz will be 20 total points instead of 5. which means it has a lot more significant impact on your grade. For example, I got you, Noah, 1 sec. For example, that first quiz, right? It was out of 5 points. If you got a 0, it would have dropped your grade 3%. If it was out of 20 points, it would have dropped your grade 9%. Okay? So, the first quiz was just an introduction. It was a really rough day because the internet was out and I had to scramble to do it on paper. They're going to be on Google Forms if we have internet that day. So there's no showing your work or anything. It's just working it out on your own, selecting the answer, getting the points, or losing the points. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyway, let's continue with this. 7.92. Oh, sorry, no. What's up?
Is Russian?
Yeah, go ahead. 7.92. Let's move it 6 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 7,920,000. 7,920,000. Also, please make sure you're putting commas in your answer when we have a really, really big number. It's just going to help me check your work because I don't have to take a look at all the zeros. I can see, oh, there's 3, there's 3. 1.4, move it 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill in with zeros. 140,000. Now 9.57, how many spaces are we going to move this decimal?
2.
Just 2, right? So we'll go 1, 2, and our answer is just 957. Number 17, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. We got 22,500. Now 3.53 times 10 to the first power. How many spaces are we going to move our decimal?
1.
Just 1 space, right? Boom, right there. So our answer is actually still a decimal, and that's fine. So if you get an answer that's a decimal on a quiz or a test, I don't want you to go, oh, that can't be right. I guess it's just 353. Stick to what you know. Only move it the number that your exponent tells you to move it. Let's go down to the negatives now. I don't know why these two don't have 0.0. That's my bad, but 3.0 times 10 to the negative 4th. Are we going to move to the left or the right? To the right? That would make a big number, though. We're going to go to the left. Let's make a small number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make your dot. Fill in all your zeros. 0.0003. Really small number, right? Negative exponent. 9.0. We're moving it 1 space to the left. So our answer is just 0.9. 3.3, we're moving this one 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 3s on the end. Yes, sir. Yeah, go ahead. Number 22, we're moving to the left 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, and then 9, 5. Oops. Number 23, moving 5 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0.1234 zeros with a 729. Again, we're not rounding that up to 73. Keep it as 0.0000729. And then finally, we're moving 2 spaces to the left, 0.026. What questions about this can I answer? All right. If there's no questions, then let's go ahead and give this to whoever's in seat number 1 and get our Chromebooks out and signed onto, please.
Thank you.
You got a lesson.